Hi, my name is Juliet and I welcome you to my space. Okay. Sometimes I just keep not knowing what I want to talk about because lately I've been so positive and a lot of things have been changing for me. Like I can really feel my mindset shifting. That's what I wanted to talk about. Today I want to talk to you about shifting your mindset and how I did it and how you can do it too. So shifting your mindset really isn't that hard as long as you do not fall back into the trap of the person you used to be. We all have a unique mix of problems. We all have unique personalities and we all have unique views of the world. We're all so unique in our uniqueness. We're all so normal actually to be, it's normal to be unique, right? But we're really different but also really similar. I think that a lot of humans have core values that are similar, and I think that's what we connect on the most. We all want, almost all of us at least, want better lives for ourselves. We want to save the planet from global warming. We want to be kind to everyone. We actually all have our hearts in the right places, but we do all experience different things, and therefore we all offer our own unique personalities and our own unique views on the world. Whether this is dominated by either your genes or what you experienced or the nature nurture, whatever you believe, we all have unique personalities and unique views of the world. Where did I start? Okay, yeah. So just like I said in, I think the video that I talked about why you feel lost, or either another video, at least it was in a video of mine. But I said that I cannot say this to you all, and you will, for each of you, you will have this complete 100% foolproof blueprint that you can follow that will automatically change your life. And also, I don't change your life, but you change your own life. Like, you are the only one. Even if you think that, oh, this video changed my life, it is not the video, it's actually you. It was you who's ready for that information at that time. It is you who implemented the information, and it is you who actually takes action, and does the steps to change their lives and does the steps. Yeah, I guess that's English. Okay. What you all can do and what is all possible is to change your mindset. So I do not know exactly what your problems are, but I do know that you want to change and you wish to change. The only thing holding you back right now is the belief that you still are this person, because you are still holding on to an identity that you do not want to hold on. You're automatically doing that because you have been programmed that way. You've programmed yourself. In another video, I also said that your mind is like a computer, so it really just swallows information. It doesn't matter where you hear that information from. It could be you hear someone talking in the streets about money problems, and your mind just hears money problems, or like, I'm poor, and your subconscious mind swallows that, and it's in your brain. You know, like, that's how subtle it goes. It can be in the form of music. It could be anywhere. You could hear it anywhere, and it doesn't matter because your mind's like a computer, and that is actually a really good thing, because if you have the right habits in place, you say positive affirmations to yourself, your mind or your body can be. You have a quote from, I think, Robert Sharma. Robert Sharma is his name, I think, and he said that the body is a horrible master but a really good servant, somewhere along those lines. And that basically means that if you program your body and your brain right, it means that you can use that and you will undertake good, healthy habits automatically. Instead of beating yourself up constantly about wanting to change but you're not changing, that's actually withholding you from changing. Stop beating yourself up. Just say to yourself, okay, I am where I am now in this moment, and it's fine. And this little exercise of surrendering to the present moment, surrendering to where you are, and believing that it is okay where you are, no matter how of an unachieved life you have right now, that alone will reprogram your brain. But the thing is that you gotta keep doing it. Gotta keep shifting your mindset. You gotta be able to look past the facade that your brain is telling you what life is. Because if your brain is telling you something, oh, my life will never change. Oh, I will always be in my dead-end job. I will never have enough money. You are creating your future. That is literally, like, people forget how powerful words are and how powerful saying things are and writing things down. I mean, basically, we still don't, or a lot of us don't believe that manifesting is real. and that your words create your future. So if you go on whining about something that sucks in your life, you are creating that. You're putting energy towards it. You're focusing on it. Not a lot of people believe that. And even also with the premise of changing people, like if you really don't like a person, but they show you some type of behavior, right? And instead of whining about that behavior, you say the opposite of that, what you want. And it's kind of really, it's weird to do this, to just suddenly be really positive about this person that you really like find annoying or just hate. But when you do this, you can see that person change. That person will actually change just by you saying something different about the person. Ergo, you're creating it in your life. You are speaking the truth. But people don't believe that. But we do all believe in contracts. Literally words on paper. If words aren't powerful, why then is everything that is written is a contract? Why do we shake on it? A gentleman's agreement. Why is that powerful? Why is that legally binding? But if you say words, that's suddenly just, it's seen as, oh, you're just saying something. No, you're creating it. You are putting energy in it. You are creating your experience. What we all do in the world anyways is giving our opinions about something. We are literally constantly creating things. But because we're so focused on taking action and building things and working out to get a body, we're focused on that. So we believe that that creates things. We forget that our words create worlds. They do. What was the first thing that ever was in the universe anyways? It probably was some type of thing, or all of us, you know, if the universe just started, or it always was, you know, but it evolved or something. How did people, or how did things start to express themselves? Eventually it became words, you know, words became the tools that we use to express ourselves. When we get married, we have to sign something. When you are being born, you have to sign something. You are writing it down. You are writing your words that you would otherwise say. You are writing it down. Words are powerful. Words create worlds. Keep that in your mind, because your self-talk and your mental diet is really important. It is the thing that could potentially change your life. So instead of whining again about how your reality isn't changing and about how your life sucks, maybe one day wake up and say, today, no matter where I am, no matter what my ego will say to me, because all of the negative thoughts is not you, you just are used to identifying with that, what is not you. If you would actually just be silent for a minute or for even a moment, you surrender to the moment completely. There is nothing, no thoughts, no negative self-talk. There's no suffering. Suffering is all self-created. There's all self-created suffering. There's no suffering that's actually happening. You create the suffering. And if you actually separate yourself enough times, you could, even when you don't do it, it sounds like this. This is what Eckhart Tolle described in his book. It sounds like this sort of like weird white noise of anxiety. That's what it sounds like. If you yourself are silent, but you can still... Whoa, my accent is really not very good English today. But if you yourself are silent, you have done it enough times, you could eventually hear some kind of weird... Or you feel it. You don't really hear it, but you feel some kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like all of your thoughts are in one sort of line, just floating there, and you can feel them. You can feel the emotions that it's filled with, right? Which is also energy. Words, emotions, feelings, they're all energy. Everything actually in this universe is made up of energy, but just because you can see it, you don't think it's real. We all know that $1 million or €1 million is real, but we haven't seen it. Or do you need evidence for every single thing that happened? Do you need to constantly be looking at your 3D and saying, oh, this is in my experience, I can see this being a physical thing, so this is what is true. Have you forgotten why you're here? And aren't you just done with constantly just surviving in this world? Because I am done with that. I don't ever want to go back to the world or to me how I was. In my past, I was surviving all of the time. I hated my life. And still sometimes that voice will creep in, finds a way, and it will almost convince me that my life sucks and that it's so worthless. Just ate. But then I remember, oh wait, I am not that person anymore. And oh, also, that is not me. Because who I am is pure positive light. I am positive. That's why feeling good feels good, feeling bad feels bad. You're supposed to feel good. Thank you, Abraham Hicks. I use that quote a lot, but oh my God. Like, have we forgotten what life is about? I remember Ellen Watts saying that we don't say enough that you don't say you work the piano, you play the piano. Why don't we do that with more things in our lives? Why are we suddenly or constantly just working? We're constantly working, we're constantly achieving, we're constantly comparing ourselves because we haven't achieved this. Have we forgotten that we are already worthy? That we do not have to do anything and we're worthy? We're worthy of everything. You simply just being here means you're worthy of everything. And I don't want to hear that you're just born on the wrong planet and this is not the life for you. You're not gonna make this. You're not gonna make it in this life, but in the next life or another planet where people accept me, I will make it. You were born here, so you wanted to be here. You don't know what happened before you were born, and you don't know what happened after you're dead. Okay, you only get it now, and you owe it to yourself to at least try to shift your mindset. So how do you shift your mindset? As I said, you keep repeating and you keep separating yourself from that which you do not want to be, because you deserve your dreams. You want to achieve things, right? You want to create the best version of yourself and thus the best version of the world. That is something that you can do. That is something that you are entitled to. That is your birthright, because you were here. You are here. You're born here. So it's your birthright. You don't need this diploma or you don't need this amount of money to make you feel worthy, because when all of that is gone, or when you're dead, all of that is gone. And it doesn't create happiness. Things do not create happiness. They do not. Because you could still have a lot of money and be completely alone. You could be in a relationship but be really unhappy. The thing that you think will create your happiness does not create your happiness. The only thing that creates happiness is realizing what you actually are. And that is pure consciousness. You just are. Don't be afraid that if you don't think that you're gone, or that you don't have anything, or that you don't have a personality. If you're completely silent and you don't listen to your thoughts, you will realize that what is actually you is so much more powerful and beautiful than any thought identification ever. And it is so freeing to not listen to the thoughts anymore, because it completely lets every silly little thing that you thought was once important, and it just disappears. Like, it is so counterintuitive to do, because we all heard the quote, I think therefore I am, you know, and I get it, because I'm thinking is a thing that has always been said, but most people think negative thoughts. So if you really want to think that the quote, I think therefore I am, is real, then you also agree with all of your negative thoughts and you think that that's you. But you still have this kind of weird hole inside of you that wants more and that does believe in themselves. I mean, you still believe in yourself, otherwise you wouldn't be here anymore. I went through a really, really dark period of my life, and I'm still picking up the pieces from that. I'm just unlearning this. I really just thought that I was unworthy of everything, that I had such low self-esteem. It's crazy. And my body is now just unlearning those things, relearning new, more healthy habits about a self-concept, so a healthy self-concept. But sometimes when I hear then a thought, I almost want to believe it. And I get its believability, I do. I mean, it's like, it's your own personal bully that lives inside of your head. It sounds like you and it feels like you and it reminds you of you, but it's not you. Because you know better. You deserve better. You deserve better for yourself. You should love yourself so much that it scares you. You should put yourself on that pedestal, not that relationship or that job or that money or that success. Like, fuck all of that, because it doesn't have meaning without you thinking something about it. You know, we think, oh, just because a lot of people are successful and a lot of people have a lot of money and it is seen as this success, it doesn't mean that it actually is, because without the people, it wouldn't have meaning. If you don't put that on a pedestal, it will become so easy for you. And I also don't want to hear like, oh, but what if life just suddenly becomes so easy? Isn't that boring? In my last video, I did say that it does feel better if you struggle for something, but you don't need to struggle for something. The truth just is that we all have struggled. You can't talk to someone without knowing that they have suffered in some type of way. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that you have to struggle anymore. That's just what I'm saying. And your life wouldn't be boring because you're here to experience every single aspect of it. But the thing is, you don't need to feel bad and you don't need to feel like you're constantly just surviving whilst you're supposed to be living and playing. Let's make that your focus instead of just being negative all of the time and seeing the worst things that are happening. I mean, aren't you just fed up with that? So how to shift your mindset basically just means separate yourself from your ego identity. So not fuck the negative thoughts, like don't listen to those. Decide who you want to be. Like, who do you want to be? Who do you wish to be? And give yourself the right that that is who you can be, because you can be anyone. I can give an example is that I started affirming a while ago about that I love my body. I feel sexy, you know. I wanted I have an hourglass body, but I really like Marilyn Monroe and her body, and I wanted to be kind of like a sporty Marilyn Monroe. And I've been losing weight now without doing anything different. And I look in the mirror and I do see myself as more beautiful. And it was the first time in my life ever that I wore a bikini to the beach. So it does work, just saying. Decide what you want, then decide that you can have it, even if it feels unbelievable. Remember, your mind is like a computer. So if you just keep affirming something, it will eventually, it has to believe it. It's law of assumption, law of attraction, blah, blah, blah. Also, just take the pressure off of yourself. Become silent, you know, start a habit of becoming silent. Try to do it as much as you can, just whenever you can. Just let everything, just like the emotion of the ocean, you know, like just think that you're an ocean and everything will just flow through you, right through you. But more importantly, you're worth it. Start realizing that you're worth it, that your dreams aren't big, or no, that your dreams aren't unachievable. I always say that if you don't dream big enough, then you're not really dreaming. Like, give yourself the right to actually dream big enough, and a year from now, your life could be totally different. I hope this helped you a little bit about how to shift your mindset, because after a while, it really gets easy. And especially with a past like mine, where I used to be so depressed, anxious, suicidal, and feelings of unworthy, loneliness, shame, and guilt. Now that I am out of that, it feels like a breeze. And there are some times where it's hard, but I ignore those times because they do not matter. And I don't allow them to be a part of my identity, because I think that I'm worth more than that. And you should also think that you're worth more than that. So again, I hope that this helped you, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.